Hey dude, I wanted to make this video for you so you can see how to make your soldier better. You know, your loadout and your weapons and all that, because I don't think you know a lot of it, which I think would help you a lot. I'm in Portal right now. Actually, see, I'm in Portal. Whoops. Portal. And then I go to Collection, and you can choose as to which one you're going to end up modifying. So I usually use that specialist, Irish, because like I said, I like him. My loadout is for assault type, and when you click on that, it shows you what you have in there. So I have the M5A3 as my main weapon. I have all the assault rifles, which is pretty good. I don't know why it takes forever to come up. Anyway, I don't think I need to show you that. And this is my secondary weapon. You know, it's either a pistol. I don't like this one. It's manual. It's not an automatic. It's frustrating. But this one's, I guess it's a pistol, but it's pretty good. So now the gadgets. So now this is important. Like as you play through the game, you start to unlock these things. So the assault guy, he has the ammo crate, but you know, you can, whoever you want to play as, if you want to play as the French guy, you can choose an ammo crate, or you can choose a medical crate, or you can choose a rocket launcher, or you can choose a repair tool to repair the tanks and the helicopters and all that. Then you can also unlock this. Now this one, the FXM-33AA missile, basically locks on the helicopters and planes. But they also have the flares, so it kind of, if they hit the flares, you're going to miss. But if you like shooting down helicopters, this is the way to go. This next thing is an armor plate, and what it does is it gives you extra armor for your soldier, extra protection. So when you get hit by bullets, you don't go down as quickly. This is C5 explosive. I hate this. It's like, might as well just have a grenade. So I never bother with that. This is an insertion beacon. I still don't know how it works, but apparently you can kind of place it somewhere and your squad can spawn in this one area that you decide. This is a med pin, so you know you can inject yourself, and I think you can inject others with it too. This is an anti-tank mine, you know what that is. This one I still haven't unlocked. This is a SOFLAM, and basically what it does is, you know, use the binoculars and, what does it say? Paints a target with a laser, allowing allies to lock on to the same shared target with a variety of smart weapons. So I'll try it when I unlock it, which will be level 56. So that's your gadgets, and then you have your throwables. There aren't that many throwables. Like I have all of mine unlocked now. You have the frag grenade, which I think you have. There's a smoke grenade. That's kind of a waste. Proxy center kind of just tells you where everybody is. Like if before you go into something like this, you'll know somebody is in there because it's able to recognize it. EMP grenade, you know, again, that stops like all vehicles, you know, for, I don't know, like about 10 to 15 seconds. Like you've seen it. You can't fire, you can't move, so that's good, but I'd rather have the frag grenade. But this one's actually pretty good. The incendiary grenade, that's the last one I unlocked, and what it does is it keeps going, you know, like, so with the frag grenade, it goes once, you know, you throw it, kill somebody, but this thing will just keep going and going, like for, I don't know, about 30 seconds. So you can kill several people with it. So if you get it, if you do unlock that, I would choose that. So I'm going to go back, and next thing I'm going to go back to the weapons. So you go to the weapons individually, and like I said, I have most of these. I do have all the assault rifles unlocked. Right now, I'm using the M5A3. I still think it's the best one, even though I have the other ones unlocked. And I kind of showed you this. So you want to customize it. So you hit X, and then you just move your cursor over to where you want to customize it. Right now I have the hollow on there. I've unlocked most of the scopes on here. So if I want to switch it, I just will pick that, and then the same thing, with the other things. But I like the hollow, so I'm going to end up taking the hollow. But it's the same thing. Like if you run out of ammo, you can switch to different ammo rounds. Like this one is extended magazine. This one's armor piercing. This one's subsonic. That's pretty good. And then on your underbarrel, I have the grip on there, but I also have explosives, and I have buckshots on there. And then there is the extended barrel or the heavy barrel, shortened barrel, and the suppressor. You definitely want the extended barrel because it pulls down your vertical when you're shooting, so your spread doesn't go that high. And when you hit square, you can move these. So like when you open, like when you start off on a map, everything will, oops, I gotta put this over here. Why isn't that working? Oh, confirm. There we go. So when you go on a map, I'll have this scope, I'll have that magazine, I'll have that grip, and I'll have that barrel. And I'll show you really quick too how to activate it when you're in a game. But it's very helpful. Like when you unlock scopes, because let me go back to this. So the scopes I have, like this one is just a 1.5, so it's like barely any zoom at all. The second one is 3 times, so that's like kind of like for mid-range. And then this one's 6 times, which is actually, you can shoot pretty far with it. Again, it's harder to nail someone with an assault rifle, but you still have a better chance with a scope like this. You just do single fire. Let's see here. Hardware appearance, that's not important. So now you go to gear. Yeah, it's kind of like what I showed you, like all the different types. You can choose whichever one you want. Like you can have access to all of these. So if you don't want a frag grenade, but you want like an EMP grenade, you could choose that. Or if you're the French guy, you can choose whether to have an ammo crate, medical crate, rocket launcher, repair tool, like all the things I said before. You just click on the ones that you want to load your character up with, and I think that's pretty cool. And then the vehicles. Now this is important because I was trying to show you how to do all this. I've got most of these unlocked, but like the ones that we use, all right, we'll go to the tank, right? So we use that a lot, the tank. So you click on there, and you start to unlock all these things. So I unlocked all these. So the driver has access to all these different shells. And, as you improve, you open up better shells that you can fire. So this one is a multi-purpose projectile, high velocity, limited area effect. The heat shell, high explosive anti-tank heat shell, limited armor penetration, increased area effect. And then the last one I have on here is a smart targeted activated fire and forget staff shell, capable of dynamic in-flight ballistic adjustments if the target makes small movements. So I got that one on there. And you probably have the coaxial light machine gun. I switched it to the coaxial heavy machine gun. And then you can choose what kind of smoke that you want. So like if a tank is shooting at you or a guy with a rocket launcher shooting at you, you'll just basically push, I think it's the right button, the right, yeah, left, right, down, up. I think it's right, and you end up having like a smoke cloud around you. Smoke launcher basically launches it, I guess, so your allies can go in with the cover of smoke. And then this one I recently unlocked, some thermal smoke package disperses concealing cloud of chemical smoke around the vehicle that will defeat some sensor spectrums. I haven't tried that out yet, but it sounds pretty cool. And then you have the repair system too. You unlock that too. So like if your tank gets hit, you can repair it while you're in the tank, without having to get out of it. So that was, again, all the weapons for the driver. Now I'm going to go to the weapon station. So I hit R2, and you can see I have a heavy machine gun, a minigun, and a tow missile. I'm still not sure, like the tow missile says it's wire-guided missile that allows operator to anticipate and track fast-moving enemies. Due to crew control, this missile is not susceptible to countermeasures. Which I guess that's pretty cool. That it, like if flares are used by a helicopter or a plane, it's not going to work for them. But I always have trouble with it, so I don't use it. So I have the heavy machine gun on there, but I don't know if I should try the minigun. Maybe I will try the minigun. I'm assuming this is better because it was unlocked after the heavy machine gun, so I'll give it a shot. So the other seat is the weapon pod, and you can have all these 40 millimeter volley pod, a canister weapon pod, a rocket pod, kinetic grenade pod, and a 16 millimeter mortar weapon pod. So I just unlocked that while we were playing, so I'm going to try that one. And then the commander seat, you can activate a sensor array or a detection pulse. So when you're in the tank, when you hit X, you can switch seats, especially if you're playing with the AI. So you can either drive it or be in the weapon station, the weapon pod, or the commander seat while you're playing, which is pretty cool. But this is what I want you to do because you like using tanks, so you should basically every time you unlock something, you should go in here and then activate it, so the next time you use a tank, all those weapons will be ready for you. Helicopter is another one. I think this is the helicopter that I use. And I haven't unlocked much. You see, it gives you smart rockets. This shows that I have to, get better. But once I do, it'll activate. I'll have the option of choosing this 127 millimeter anti-vehicle rocket pack, which is, I guess, air to surface missiles. And let's see, this one is a anti-personnel rocket pack. Medium speed, fixed in large values of up to 14. Consider the firepower and excellent splash time. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever open it, but that would probably kill a lot of enemies. Secondary weapon I have is as a missile, but again, there's air to ground and there's wire guided missiles. And then the equipment slot, this is the flares basically, or you can have a repair system. So if you get shot, first of all, like if a missile is coming towards you, you just hit the flares and the missile goes towards the flares. If you're piloting it and you have the repair system activated, you can repair the helicopter from inside. So the next thing is the gunner. Well, actually, they only give you, like if someone's in the helicopter with you, they have a 30 millimeter cannon. But again, the pilot's got smart rockets and it's got missiles. And your friend would have the cannon. But like all of these are different. Like this Wildcat, that's another one too. Like every now and then I'll use the Wildcat. I unlock the 40 millimeter cannon, and right now I have an anti-aircraft missile in there, and and smoke and a repair system. Same thing like the other tank. The weapon station. I have a grenade launcher, weapon pod, a canister weapon. So you can see I don't use this one, the Wildcat, as much as I use this one, the M185. And you basically you go to all of the different things that you use, and again, once you activate them, you change it. I used a little bit. I flew a little bit again, but I sucked, so I haven't really unlocked anything. I have a cannon, and I have a missile, and then I have flares, for the jet. And then you have the Russian side. Again, they have tanks. Very similar to ours, but again, you have to unlock all that stuff. I'm going to switch to the better ones. Canister weapon, commander seat. So, yeah, this is really important. Like I said, like if you get the chance, I would definitely work on setting this up before you do a battle. And once you do it, that's it. It's done, basically. The Nightbird, yeah. Nightbird, yeah, I think I did this one already. All right. So that's for Battlefield 2042. If you want to go into Battlefield 3, those are the specialists for Battlefield 3. I usually use the assault guy. And he's got the med kit. For duty. He's got the med kit, and he's got the grenade. And then I'll do his loadout, which I said the assault rifle is, M1683. Very cool. You can't customize it because we didn't have customizations back in the day when we had, these was it Battlefield 3? Yeah, Battlefield 3. But I like using the assault rifle. But you can also use these two, which are shared, I guess, between you and the enemy. And there's the P90 too. I think you actually can customize it too. So we'll get to it. But you're forced to use the gadget, and same thing with the grenade. So again, because this is in Portal and it's in Battlefield 3, you don't have the options that you would have if you were in Battlefield 2042. So the weapons. All right, so this is the assault rifle of choice, the M1683 that I use. So you can change it. And like I said, I have these scopes on here. This one's 2 times. This one's 3.4 times. And this one's 6 times. But, again, as you get better, you unlock all these scopes. This one's 7 times, which I'm good enough for the 6 times. But you definitely don't want the iron sights because that kind of blows. You know how iron sights are. It's nothing. You don't have any zoom whatsoever. And again, you have, that's the heavy barrel, which is really cool. And then you have the foregrip and, the grenade launcher and all that. So you can activate all that. If you want to play a Battlefield 3 soldier. Let me see if you can change the gear. So yeah, the throwable, this kind of shows everyone's got a grenade. The assault guy has got a choice of just defibrillators. The support's got either a C4 or a Claymore. And then the engineer has all these different types of rocket launchers that he can choose from. Or he can get an anti-tank or an EOD bot. And then the recon has got the radio beacon, the MAV, and the SOFLAM. Oops. Let's go back to here to the vehicles. Again, this is something that you might want to do. You would go to your tank, and then you would put maintenance on there. So again, you can repair your tank from the inside. This gives you extra protection of armor on here. All the different guns that you can put on here. You have a choice of different guns. You know, it's pretty cool. And that's why, again, you know, you should spend time in these menus and just kind of fool around with them, so that you can make your vehicles better. What I'm going to do really quick is I'm just going to go into my portal, and I'll go to Conquest and just toast it really quick. I put a password in here, that way nobody can get into it, and then I hit host server, because it's really weird, because for some reason anytime I try to play a game by myself, someone will join me. So when people say nobody's playing, somebody's playing, because I've made it just for two people, for me and you. So no, you know, if I wanted to, I can have 30 players or 64 players, human players, but I made it where it's 30 AI or 60 AI and 2 humans, you know, me and you, which again is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do here, well, you know how the vehicles work. You can basically, you know, choose what kind of vehicle you want from up here. But I want to go really quick to the US side here. So I'm on the carrier, right? This is what you have to do. So you know how to aim. It's L2, and fire, it's L3. L3, R2. But this is important, the L1 button. So say, you know, you're in close combat, you just...
They've taken Sector Delta.
All right, they've taken Sector Delta. So say you're in close combat, you stick with this one.
Be advised, the enemy
But if your
now
enemy
controls
is
most
closer,
sectors.
you hit the triangle and you go up here. And so now your zoom is pretty, you know, you got pretty nice distance that you could shoot to. And when I'm aiming here, I'm holding L1 to zoom in. Now if I hit the down button, you can see that changes now. I was on auto. Now when I shoot, it's 3 bullets. Which is pretty good, because again,
we hold the majority.
You know, there's not much rise in the spread. Like if I switch back to full, you see it just goes way up there, you know. You know, but you can control it with your thumb. You know, you try to pull it down, but this burst is really good, because you know, it's not much of
the enemy is on the run and suffering losses. Good work. Keep it up.
You know, it's not much of a spread. And when I'm hitting what is it, L1? Yeah, when I'm hitting L1, like, that's how you switch it. You see those bullets, they're changing. So this is full, this is burst, and then this is single fire. And now it's single fire, you don't have, oops, you don't have, you know, any spread really. So if someone's really far, you want to do single fire, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I want to drop, you know, a med pack, because this is Battlefield 3. I just drop a med pack by hitting the left button, and then if I want to use my defibrillators, I hit the right button and just give that guy a shock. And then to throw a grenade, I don't know if you've thrown a grenade in it, you hit the up button, and there it is. But I think that's about it, you know. Oh, and this is, you know, again, you can call in stuff like, I don't know if I can call in anything.
Sector Echo is now in enemy hands.
Yeah, I can. So I can call in all these vehicles if I want to, or you know, you can call in the Ranger. So I'll call in this tank, and you just point, hit
We need a vehicle
R2,
drop at our paws right now.
Roger
and
that. Vehicle en route.
you'll see it coming in. So if you're in the battle, you can call one of these, and then you just
We're
get
hurting
in.
the enemy. They're losing numbers.
Now
Successfully
you're in.
executing sector control.
R3 is
We
first
hold the
person.
majority.
Oops. And then when you hit X, you know, you switch. That's just, I guess, like in a passenger. Another passenger. This is a transport vehicle. Now again, if I want to drive, I drive. But if I want to fire, I hit X. And you see over there, I'm shooting, I don't know, one of those. They're not really rockets, but I guess they're shells. If I, so yeah, if I hit triangle, I can switch to the gun. I don't know if you've done that, because that's usually what I do, is like, if I see a bunch of soldiers around, I'll start shooting at them. I don't move it, because I just lock in on one of the soldiers. So once that's out, I hit triangle right away, and then I start shooting with that. And then I go back to the triangle, because then it cools down. See, once it heats up, it stops. So you just go back, and you start shooting, you know, and that's almost like having continuous fire. Anyway, I think that's it. I mean, I hope these tips have helped you, and
Anvil, this is Blackbird.
I'll make you
Supply drop on station and ready.
play a better game. And I guess we should play this sometime. This is Conquest Battlefield 3, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. We're on a ship, and then, we take another ship or another boat to get to the shore. Right now, they're all doing their business over there. That's all the AI. And I think that's about it. Also, the tab in the middle, you push that, it kind of shows you the map and where everything is, where we are in the game. Well, I guess we have a mini map too, but if you want to see it zoomed in, you hit the tab in the middle. I'm just trying to see. Oh, that's your knife. R3 is your knife. And then that's just getting your gun. Yeah, well, you know that one. To go prone, that's jump, X. Yeah, L1 to choose your scopes. Again, like you hit triangle, and the same thing with the bottom, you hit X. To put a barrel under there if you want, and then to change your, I'm sorry, that's like a rocket launcher or grenade launcher, and then if you hit circle, square, you change different barrels. Like if you want,
Half their numbers have been
like
eliminated.
a compressor or whatever. I don't know why I have a compressor. Oh no, it's heavy barrel, suppressor, and then the factory barrel. So I would definitely go with the heavy barrel. Anyway, I hope this has taught you a lot, and I'll see you on the battlefield.